Hi guys, welcome back to Flora Fun and Food. My name is Lauren and today we're finally getting into the garden. Sorry about my voice, my allergies are kicking up, but it is the very end of May and I'm finally gonna plant all of the things that I started indoors and direct seed some things. So hopefully it's not too late and we'll get something out of the garden this year, but let's get started. So my broccoli over here was definitely eaten by squirrels. There's a tiny little green stem here. I might just leave it, but instead we're gonna plant this tiny little banana tree that's supposed to produce some of the tiniest bananas in the world. So we'll see if that happens. All right, next up we're gonna plant some dahlias. So this has one blue boy and one crazy love tuber in here. So I bought 2 of those. And then over here, I'm going to plant 2 dinner plate dahlias. All right, over here I've got some frilly blend dahlias and some pastel mixed dahlias. All right, over here I've got gladiolus. These get so pretty and tall, and they were super fun when I planted them. I think it was 2 years ago. So these you need to plant kind of like garlic with the flat root side down and the little pointy nub facing up. Okay, in these 2 buckets, I'm going to plant some zinnias. And let's pick out the ones we want to do. So in this bucket, we're going to do Envy, Giant Double Flowered Lavender, and Giant Double Flowered Violet Queen. I just love this color combo. Then across, we're going to do this really frilly pink Senorita, Giant Double Flower, just a mixed color, and my favorite one, which is Queen Lime, or Queen Red Lime. I'm just going to kind of mix them together here. I may not do these giant double mixed because I have those over there. I may just do Queen Red Lime and these really frilly pink Senoritas. I'm gonna put them in here and just mix them together and sprinkle them all. There we go. All right, and then these last 2 here, I'm going to do some calendula. So that one was Pink Surprise, and we're going to do Orange Flash over here. All right, on the end here, I'm gonna plant some yard-long beans, probably on both sides here. I'm gonna plant them right along this back edge here because they need to trellis up. And so I'm just gonna kind of space them out a couple inches. Like that. And we'll put some flowers or something up front here. I'm actually going to put some nasturtium up at the front here. And I bought this really pretty black velvet. I think that'll look really pretty with the green of the beans. These do a little bit better if you soak them overnight or even kind of rough them up a little bit with a nail file, but they'll be fine. Okay, it is pepper time. So these do not look very nice. They were hardening off, and then I left them out here and they've just kind of suffered, so that's on me. But these are my Leviathan Gnarly Scorpion and my Death Spiral peppers. So we're gonna plant the best looking ones, which none of them look really great, and just see if we can kind of revive them a little bit. Over here we have Sugar Rush Peach and Cherry Hot. And you know, I may just do Sugar Rush Peach in here because it looks like I've got two pretty healthy, oh nope, just kidding. That one snapped in the storm the other night. But it looks like I've got some healthy ones, and I really like these peppers, so we'll give them the best chance of production by having more than just 2 plants. See if I can tease these two apart without hurting them too much. There we go. Alright, maybe they'll bounce back, maybe they won't, but we're going to try it. So this one, this was shishito, they all died. This one rubbed off, so I can't tell what it is. No idea, so I'll have to see what I planted next to shishito in my other video. But mystery peppers and then my cherry hops are going to go together. And again, the storm got a couple of these, so that makes me really sad. Alright, over here we've got long thin cayenne and dragon cayenne peppers. Alright, over here we've got some a mystery pepper, but I already have a pepper growing on this one. And Big Boy Hybrid. Over here, again, no label. I don't know what happened because I swear I labeled everything. But we'll just see what comes up. I know they're peppers. Alright, this one is a Scotch Bonnet and this one is Ahichar Pita. Alright, my Tabasco plant survived all winter and then all of a sudden it just died. So I had to go buy some and I'm really irritated because I worked so hard to keep it alive, but that's okay, we found some. Alright, this is going to be the last one of the peppers. These are all jalapenos. This one's just one from last year. I'm not sure exactly what variety, but these three are mammoth jalapenos that I bought. And I'm just pulling off the bottom few leaves here so they don't get rotten in the soil. It won't hurt the plant. Alright, over here we've got my really sad tomatoes and tomatillos. Alright, so this is a green tomatillo. I'm just going to pull out the one that broke off in the storm. And I'm going to plant these really deep because they'll root out from the stem, just like tomatoes. I may even curve the stem in like that. Just give it a little more stability. Take off the bottom leaves again. It'll get better, I promise. I hope. These are my purple tomatillos here. I'll see if I can break these apart without hurting it too much. We'll keep the big one as healthy as we can. Again, burying it really deep, taking off these bottom leaves. Any dead leaves. Alright, these are my ox heart. This one snapped in the storm, but we may still be able to root it. I'm gonna try. It's really sad. Alright, these are my orange jazz tomatoes. Alright, up next are my orange accordion. Alright, over here I've got Husky Cherry Red, and this one already has a little baby tomato on it. Alright, on this side I have Mr. Stripey. Alright, this one is Summer Feast. Alright, over here we've got Glacier tomatoes. Alright, these are Purple Cherokee tomatoes. And finally, my poor little stunted Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes. Alright, over here in the herb section, we've got some more dill to plant that I've had inside. Alright, we've got some basil towers, basil lettuce leaf, and just regular old basil. And we've also got some parsley and then some sage that never came up. So we'll do the towers first. We'll put all the towers on the end here because they're tall. We'll do our lettuce leaf across here. And then our regular basil in this one. I'm going to tease apart any that have double. Just give them some extra room to grow. Do my really sad looking parsley over here. Alright, over here I've got some pretty sad looking thyme that I'm going to try and revive. Alright, over here we've got a bunch of different flowers. Echinacea, a bunch of straw flowers, Cleome, Gaillardia, Globe Amaranth, Ageratum Blue Planet, Orlia flowers, Black-Eyed Susan, Agastache, Lavender Martini, and Agastache Fragrant Delight, Oscar, 2 types of chamomile, and dianthus, 2 different varieties here. So let's get these planted, and then we're almost done. So we're starting with echinacea here at the back. Then we'll do, my Cleome didn't really make it, so we'll do Gaillardia in the front. Next up, we'll do a bucket of straw flowers. All right, now we're going to do our chamomile golden and our German chamomile. All right, now these are my dianthus. Again, I didn't take very good care of them, so they're pretty sad. All right, over here, we're going to plant our Ageratum Blue Planet. This one, the Orlia flowers did not make it. I'll try those again next year. All right, let's do some black-eyed Susan. I'll put one Orlea flower over there because it might survive. Then we'll do our agastache. And then in these two buckets, because they get really big, I'm gonna plant my Oscar. These are the ones that have the kind of those puffball balloon seed pods. And I just love them. Over here in the ridiculous berry area that is getting overgrown, but that's fine with me, we're gonna plant some ground cherries. Now I planted pineapple, lower family, and new Hanover and Aunt Molly, but a lot of them didn't survive the storm, so we're just gonna pull out the ones that look viable and call it good. There we go. All right, over here, I just saw I have a huge radish, so we'll go ahead and pick that. I don't know how that got there. And then I believe these are yard-long beans from last year, so I'm just going to leave them. In this bucket here, I've got some green onions. And I'm just going to leave them bunched together. And last but not least, for everything I started indoors, we're going to plant some leeks in this container here. All right, that is it for today. All right, I couldn't resist going to the grass pad because originally it's because I saw a sign for $1 tomato plants, but I really didn't need any tomato plants. So I don't know why I stopped, but I did. And here we are with more plants. So as you can see, my strawberries, and you can't really see in there, but they have come down through the bottom of the buckets and the drain holes, and now they're growing in my mulch. But I wanted to put some new strawberries up top, so that's what we're gonna do. So these are White Soul Fragacia, wild strawberry flavor, white fruit. Don't know, I think it's gonna be an interesting new variety that I've never tried. So let's get these planted. Kind of break up this hard soil here. My sprinklers haven't been working right, so I've ordered some new sprinklers. My other ones are a couple years old, and I think they've just kind of gotten damaged in the weather and stuff. So we got to have sprinklers or we're not going to have a garden, because I will not be out here in the heat watering this whole thing. All right, it looks like I bought 4 strawberry plants, so I'm going to put 2 in each bucket. And when you're planting strawberries, you want to be really careful and not bury the crown. So only bury it as deep as the pot was. If you bury the crown, it's going to suffocate it and kill it. So you don't want to do that. All the other strawberry plants I've found so far this year at, box stores like Home Depot have not looked the greatest. And these look super healthy. And they were only like 3 something a piece. So I couldn't say no. You can see that this raspberry cane has taken over this bucket. It's a little out of control, but we're here now. I'm actually gonna take a pepper stake and kind of wrangle it that way. There we go, that's better. So what I was talking about with the crown is this right here. You don't want to bury that any deeper than it already is. So since our raspberry cane is over here, I'm gonna stick this one over here. And I'm just making sure I'm not covering up that crown. So these down here have come about because strawberries send out runners, and I'm sure they just went down and out through the drainage holes. So we'll see if they grow anything. I'm curious, but if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. There we go, fresh strawberry plants. Over here I have to show you my one single asparagus that is coming up, and I planted these from seed either last year or the year before, and they really haven't done much, but they came back, so that's exciting. So in here, since I've got nothing going on over here, I'm gonna plant some sage, because that was one thing that I failed at germinating inside. I think my seeds were just old, so we'll just use these because they were on sale at GrassPad too. And a little tip, when you're shopping at nurseries, look for pots that have more than one plant in it, and you get double the amount of stuff for your money. So little money hack there. And then you just have to kind of carefully tease them apart. These are plenty enough root bound that they're going to be fine if I rip them a little bit. So just kind of pull them apart and we'll get them planted. And since their stuff was on sale, and since my time looks like this, I went ahead and bought some robust looking thyme just to make sure I have thyme this year, because I actually do use it when cooking. Now thyme is a perennial, so in the right conditions it will come back every year. I have had it come back. So if you plant thyme, make sure it's where you want it to be for the foreseeable future. And then instead of direct sowing some seeds, I just decided to buy some patty pan squash. It's just so late in my season. I just want to give it at least a little bit of a chance to grow. So again, GrassPad had a sale and I couldn't say no, but I did make sure I got one pot with 2 plants in it. So we're going to remove the dead leaves and we're going to try and carefully pull these away from each other. There we go. And I'm going to plant these just 2 to a pot. And I've got them near my trellis so I can kind of start training them over. And over here, I went ahead and bought some shishito peppers because they are one of my favorites, and mine that I grew inside did not last through the storm and hardening off and all of that, so I want to make sure I had some of these. So again, I'm just going to do 3 to a pot just to give them space. And finally, I have never seen these before. This says crushed red pepper. I honestly don't know which peppers they use for crushed red pepper, but I saw this and couldn't pass it up, so we're gonna try it. Okay, so evening second planting today is finally done. I don't really think I have much more planned to get in the ground, but never say never. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and head over to my channel to subscribe for more content like this, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thanks guys. Bye.